what's going on out there? It's Larry coming to you again with a Blazer Sports Report. And today, yeah, as y'all know, I live in Orlando. We have the Magic. The lockout is almost over. It's not official yet. But there are rumors swirling with the two big names that'll be free agents after this season. They're not Darren Williams, but Chris Paul, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is the one I'm mainly concerned about. Chris Paul as well because we have an opportunity to get him. But I've been reading reports recently that the Magic are considering trading him before the season even starts. Now, you don't build a brand new arena just to trade away a man that helped you get the arena. You don't break up a team that's perennial playoff contenders before the season starts, before you even know what you have. We still have Gilbert Arenas. We didn't have him for a full season. We had him for half of the season. We don't know what shape he's going to be in. Daniel Lorden is supposedly healthy, so he'll be able to spell Dwight if he can keep his fouls in check. But I have Josh Brown with me. He's always been in and out on what I do here. And Josh, let me get your opinion on this. Now, you know Dwight Howard is the centerpiece of the Magic.
Yes.
Without him, the team is pretty much nothing.
Yep.
We know that there's no fair trade value out there for Dwight Howard. Why would the Magic even consider doing this before the season starts?
Because you can, in my opinion, you'll get the most for him right now, like before the season starts. No one wants them like right after the trade deadline. I mean, right before the trade deadline, unless the team is really desperate, like New York was last year to get Carmelo, when they could have just waited till the offseason and got him for like nothing and kept all their pieces.
Well, the thing you got to remember with the Carmelo deal, though, was Carmelo was handcuffing the team. He forced them against hands. And that similar situation could play out here in Orlando. Knowing that Dwight Howard doesn't want to be in a small market, he wants to brand himself, if you will, as a premier. I guess he wants to be like another Shaq, if you say. Because you keep hearing talks about him going to L.A., talks about him going to New York, and I'm not talking about the Knicks. We're talking about the Knicks. You know they'll be in Brooklyn next year. But also in the mix is Chris Paul possibly coming to Orlando. It's been stated that he doesn't want to sign an extension with the New Orleans Hornets, excuse me. But at the same time, the Magic don't have, in my opinion, what the New Orleans Hornets will want back. So, with Chris Paul coming here, of course it would be probably the best stacked team that we'll have for years to come. But the possibilities of that happening.
I actually like the possibilities of that happening. You really only hear two names when it comes to Chris Paul and where he's going: New York and Orlando. Mm-hmm. New York has even less than we have to offer back for him. And New York also wants to go after Dwight Howard. Yeah. But in my opinion, that would be a disaster because there's not enough balls to go around for all three of them, Amari, Carmelo, and Dwight. And personally, I think Chris Paul will shine better in Orlando. I mean, the two most important positions in basketball are point guard and center. And we'll have the best in each position. Derrick Rose is not the best point guard in the NBA.
This is true. He's the most athletic point guard, but I'm not going to give him the best.
Chris Paul is the best.
Okay.
With Chris Paul and Dwight Howard in Orlando, I think in this shortened season, where we're probably going to have to do some back-to-backs, I think we could possibly win it all this year with just those two. I mean, you saw how Miami did last year. They got all the way to the finals with three pieces that don't really go together. Mm-hmm. I mean, LeBron James and Dwayne Wade are pretty much the same player. Mm-hmm. And Chris Bosh is a two-guard and a four-body.
Pretty much.
And they got all the way with pieces that don't fit together. Dwight and Chris Paul fit together like a two-piece jigsaw puzzle.
Okay. The thing that irritates me more in any of this stuff that I'm hearing right now is the fact that the Magic are considering him leaving instead of trying to entice him to stay. I mean, that's the thing that's really irritating me the most about this whole ordeal right now. When you have a player of Dwight Howard's caliber, the best big man in basketball. Big men are rarer and rarer these days when it comes to the game of basketball. You got a 6'11", 260, 270 beast. He might be 280 now. I don't know. The man is solid muscle. But it really bothers me the fact that the Magic aren't even considering the possibility of him staying. I mean, let's talk about him going to the Lakers. Let's talk about him going to New York. There's talk of him going elsewhere. I mean, the thing that if the Magic do consider trading him, it shouldn't be to where he wants to go. It should be where the Magic can get the most out of him from. I mean, I remember earlier there were talks of this was last year about Monte Ellis coming here to compliment Dwight.
Yeah.
There was talks about possibly Andre Iguodala coming here.
Maybe Josh Smith.
Yeah, Josh Smith was another one late last year. I mean, like right before the lockout, actually. And it's been said that Josh Smith was on the block. It's been said that Rondo was on the block. I mean, if the Magic want to build a winning formula here, it doesn't start by getting rid of one of your potential guys. It starts by adding more pieces to him. Now, first of all, the Magic should have never broke up the finals team, in my opinion.
That was strike one.
That was strike one. Strike two was breaking up the team last year.
And bringing on more,
bringing more. I mean, you don't re-sign Turkey, and then you bring him back with an even worse contract than what you would have offered him to begin with. Then you bring in Gilbert Arenas, bad knees and all.
An even badder contract.
Even worse contract. Oh my God. We got rid of Rashard Lewis' contract for Arenas' contract, which really doesn't help us. And the man barely played last year. And it's like, what? I don't know what's going on in the Magic front office. I mean, we were on a nice path. Had Courtney Lee, Diamond in the Rough. We had Turkoglu playing at a high level. Rashard Lewis was a nice compliment to the team. Even though he was grossly overpaid, he still complimented the team well.
Him and Jameer were all-stars that year.
Yeah, this is true. We had 3 all-stars that year. First time in Magic history, you know the fact. But for them to continue rebuilding a contending team, when you look at consistency, Boston, they went out, brought in Ray Allen, brought in Kevin Garnett, have not tweaked the team since last year when they shipped out Kendrick Perkins. And that's worked for them. They've been top of the league in defense every year since that deal. They won the finals the first year together. It was a good thing for the team. The Lakers, since they brought in Pau Gasol and Lamar Odom, the team has been solid. They haven't changed up the pieces. They still got Derek Fisher around. When you look at Oklahoma City, they are a team that was built through the draft with Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and all the pieces that they put together. The Magic were on that path, but now it seems like they've just lost track of what they want to do. Do you think that this will be Dwight Howard's last year in Orlando?
To be honest, I kind of do.
What is your percentage that Dwight's last year in Orlando is this year?
With all the only thing that I'll keep him here is if we get Chris Paul, who will sign a long-term deal, or if we win the finals. I give us now. Crazy things can happen in the shortened season. Tim Duncan got his first championship in the shortened year. The Knicks, an 8 seed, got to the finals that year. Anything can happen, but I give it a 75% chance that he leaves.
Me personally, as a fan of the Magic, I would hate to even fathom the thought of Dwight Howard leaving, but in all reality, with the way that the Magic front office is going right now, it saddens me that we're gonna have to go through another year of uncertainty like we did with Shaq right before he left, and then the downturn effect. Because I remember the year before Dwight came here, we won that first game against the New York Knicks. It was the most boring game I've ever watched. It went into overtime. I think the final score was like 88, 84, some shit like that.
In overtime?
In overtime. It was that dreadful of a game. It was a premier game on ESPN. Everybody had high hopes for the Magic. We won the first game and we lost the next 19 or 21 games. I can't remember. But it was a bad year. And after that, we got Dwight Howard. Do I foresee that happening again? No, I don't. There's not another Dwight Howard out there to be had. I don't think there ever will be another Dwight Howard to be had.
There wasn't supposed to be another Shaq.
There wasn't supposed to be. And I'm not saying Dwight is another
I know,
Shaq,
but that once in a lifetime potential and ability. And we weren't supposed to get that twice.
We were. I mean, it's like Magic have had good players for many, many years, but they can't seem to keep these players around for many, many years. In all honesty, if this is Dwight's last season, Magic fans will be in for a very, very disgruntled time next couple of years. These sellouts that we have, they won't be happening. I can tell you personally from the ticket prices and the concessions alone, I will not be going to a Magic game knowing that we're going to suck. But if we can get Chris Paul, that'd be great. If we can get Darren Williams, that'd be great. It's been said that Darren Williams won't sign an extension with the Nets. Maybe we can get him in the offseason. I mean, in the dream scenario, Gilbert Arenas has a player option. Most players don't give up a player option, especially when it's in excess of $20 million a year. With that, the dream scenario will be Gilbert Arenas will opt out. We use the amnesty on Turkoglu. We get the two worst contracts on the team off. We sign Chris Paul or Darren Williams to long-term extensions along with Dwight Howard. We ship out Jameer Nelson, bring back in a wing scorer, and things would be great. But that's a dream scenario. Realistically, if we can find a way to bring in a Chris Paul or a Darren Williams, knowing that they're not committed to their teams, it would be great. But in all honesty, I don't see it happening. My thoughts on Dwight staying here are, I honestly can't say anything. I mean, the lockout is still in place until they actually ratify the deal, but it's too early to tell. I mean, my heart says he won't go anywhere, but realistically, you never know. It's a business. These people do what's best for them. And if Dwight leaves, it's going to suck. I won't hold it against them knowing that the front office sucks as bad as it does. I mean, it's been garbage ever since the finals. I don't know, man. I don't know. And you can tell from the tone of my voice, this is coming from me being a Magic fan. And if we go through this again, man, we'll never recover because we'll never get another big man. I mean, we lucked out, what was it, twice in the lottery? Yeah.
We getting number one picks?
Yeah, number one picks.
Three number one picks.
Okay, 3 number one picks.
And all of them had great potential. The only one that didn't pan out was Penny.
Well, Penny panned out while he was here.
Yeah.
But it was when Shaq left, when it was all on Penny's shoulders, that
the injuries and everything kind of.
And everything took its toll. It was a one-man band. We don't need a one-man band, so we need to get some help around Dwight Howard. If the Magic Brass can hear this, get Dwight help. We can't afford to lose him. The talk of y'all trading him before the season even starts is ludicrous. Y'all need to get y'all minds together, find a way to get Chris Paul or Darren Williams or Rondo or somebody here.
Westbrook,
yes. I mean, come on. Westbrook is even cheaper to be had right now. I mean, come on. Y'all find a way, get Dwight some help, get rid of the trash on the team, Jameer, and hopefully we can have. But you know what? Right now, I'm just looking forward to basketball being back. But Dwight Howard, if you hear this, stay. I don't care if you don't give you what you want. I mean, we can give you the most money. We can give you the longer deal. We can find some Hollywood. I'm in Hollywood. I mean, I got connections. I can hook you up with something, man.
We can put you in a movie.
Yeah, man, we can put you in movies, man. I mean, you got publicists and all that stuff. We can help you stay.
You want to be a genie like Shaq? We can make you a genie like Shaq.
Coming out of instead of a boombox, you come out of an iPad, man. Come on, man. Dwight, stay. We need you here in Orlando. I mean, you are the Magic. You know this. Stay here. Don't do us like Shaq did us. I mean, even though what the Magic did to Shaq was even worse, but it is what it is. Here's the hoping that Dwight stays here in Orlando. It's Larry. It's Josh. We'll holler at you.